Hey guys. Alright, this is going to be a video. It's going to be uncut. Hopefully I can form my thoughts right and talk to you guys. I'm just going to do a little update. Mike's outside with Odie right now, so I figured this was the best time to do it. I apologize for the lighting and if you can hear my air conditioner out in the living room, but I'm keeping the sunlight out, so I got my curtains shut, so it's not very good lighting, but we really don't need the best lighting for this because we're just going to talk. Okay, so a little update on my health. Okay, so you guys know that I went to the doctor. The doctor warned me if I don't start looking after myself properly, I could die a young woman, and my kidneys were dehydrated, my iron is low, and my hemoglobin is low. So I wasn't drinking enough water, so part of the reason why my kidneys were dehydrated, but also because of the low iron and hemoglobin, it wasn't filtering through my kidneys properly. So I had a follow-up appointment to that. I went to that appointment. I had a foot exam done. I found out that I lost a little tiny bit, a couple little spots in my feet. I lost a tiny little bit of feeling in my feet. So there's a little bit of neuropathy there from sugars bouncing back and forth because my kidneys aren't working right. So it's not that I've been eating anything dangerously bad. Like, yes, I do have treats. You guys know that because I show you guys stuff and some things that, but I've cut back. I'll let you guys know about all that in a minute. So yeah, my sugars were bouncing all over the place. So I guess there's a little bit of issue with my feet. Also, she made me do rotations with my ankles, just hanging over the side of the bed. And she said some of the range of motion in my ankle was gone, but the exercise that she got me to try at the doctor's office, I tried it at home several times since then, and I have no problem doing it. So I was up really early that day for the doctor's appointment, so I think my brain just wasn't functioning right and sending the signal. So when I go in 4 months, I'll tell her about that, and I'll just keep an eye. I'm going to keep doing those rotations on my ankles every day just to make sure that everything's good. So it's nothing like dangerously serious, but if I don't start looking after myself, it is going to be dangerously serious because diabetes and blood pressure can be deadly, right? So we all know that. So I have to keep a journal right now of my blood pressure. So I've been taking it every day. There's been a few days that it's been up because I'm under a lot of stress because of the heat that's been going on. That's the only thing I can account it to because I haven't been eating any salty foods. I'm not under any personal stress, like family related or like bills or anything like that with Mike. So it's got to be stress on my body from the heat. My doctor told me not to go out walking very far right now, and especially not in the heat, and to make sure that I stay hydrated. He also told me it wouldn't be a bad idea for me to have Gatorade, but not the sugar kind, obviously. So for the electrolytes, because you're sweating so much and everything in the heat, the water alone is not going to properly hydrate me. I need the electrolytes for like things that I'm losing out of my body as well, being flushed out. So I've been drinking 2 of these a day, trying to anyway. Sometimes I get 1.5. So this is a 40-ounce cup, so I'm getting lots of water in. Yeah, drink lots of water, they told you. The only problem with that is I take my insulin at night and I'm up half the night peeing all night long. But it is what it is. I got to do what I got to do. So I've gone out for a few walks since I started drinking more water on the cooler days. And I was able to walk. The Dollarama's 10 minutes away, so I walked down there. I walked around the store for a while, and we walked to Tim Hortons, and then we walked back. And I had no fainting spells, like where I felt like I was going to faint or anything. So that's good news. The other thing that I wanted to let you guys know is that I do have an appointment for the 20th of August. I have to get repeat blood work because he wants to see. I told him that I started drinking lots of water, so he wants to see how my kidneys are functioning now, like to see if there's any improvement. But I also, for the same day, I have an appointment for an iron infusion, so I do have to get iron put into my body. So they'll probably do routine blood work again a few weeks after that, because I read that if anybody had an iron infusion, maybe you can shed some light on the subject, but it says it could take 1 to 3 weeks for it to like regulate into your system. So I guess he'll do some blood work after that. I do have to go back to see him in September. He said early September, come back to see him. He's on vacation right now. And I have to, he sent me a prescription for Ozempic, so I do have to try Ozempic again to try to get my weight down. I'll let you guys know my weight is 210. I was always under 200, so I'm up a little bit. I knew I was putting on weight though. Please, no judgment. Yes, I weigh a little bit more than I should, but I know I'll get that off again. So he wants the Ozempic to help. I was kind of nervous about that because where the last time I was on Ozempic, I ended up with appendicitis and had to get my appendix out, which I swore had to do with the Ozempic because I was constantly sick on it, throwing up and stuff. But again, I wasn't drinking enough water on Ozempic. And he thinks that my appendix was building up and getting backed up all along while I was on the Ozempic, because it was a few months I was on Ozempic and a few that it just came to a head with the appendix. So he thinks it might have been that was causing me to throw up and stuff. So I looked at him and, like, just dead serious, face to face, I said, I will try the Ozempic, but if it makes me miserable again, I'm not continuing it. I don't care if you're my doctor and it's your orders. If it's making me miserable, I'm not continuing with it. So that's where we stand with the Ozempic right now. But he told me not to start that till after I get my blood work. I don't know why, but he told me not to, after I get my blood work and after I get my iron infusion. So he said around the 1st of September, go pick that up at the drugstore and start it then. I don't know. Maybe he wants, I have no idea why he told me that, but that's why he told me. So I'll be starting that in September. So he really kicked my butt in gear. So I've been trying to change some habits. I've been making more homemade meals instead of eating processed stuff. Like, we still have a few processed things here and there, but we don't eat it as much. Like, I've made a stew that's lasted us a few days. I've made a chicken soup. Like, I've always cooked, but I kind of backed off on it and started eating, like, barbecue stuff outside. Like, sometimes hot dogs, hamburgers, stuff like that, because of that season. So I've really... Now, I won't tell you that I'm a 100% healthy eater, because it's going to take me a while to change all the habits that I had over the years. But I can tell you that I feel snacky in the night, and diabetics do have to eat. They tends to be good to eat smaller meals more frequently through the day. So in the nighttime when I'm feeling snacky, what I'm doing is having a half a cup of goldfish crackers and a apple or a cucumber with that. And that's my snack at night. I've been drinking lots of water. I was bad for Diet Pepsi. He told me I can still have my Diet Pepsi, but just make sure I drink more water. So I'll tell you, I get the 710 milliliters of Diet Pepsi, and it's a 6-pack of them. And with that, I had opened a 6-pack 2 weeks ago. I'm only on my 4th bottle. This is how much is left on my 4th bottle. You see? It's like right there. So I haven't been drinking nearly as much pop. I still drink tea, but water is my main drink. So I'm trying to work on changing my mind, my body, and my spirit, my soul. So I don't go to church, but I've been doing, I guess, kind of like a devotional or like a little prayer, but not necessarily always to God, but sometimes to my dad up there, and I just talk to him pretty much every day, or God. I don't want to go off on like a whole big religious thing, because that's not what my channel is about, but this is just personal change that I'm making. My body, obviously, more water and trying to have healthier habits. And I do walk, but not far. He told me not to push myself right now, especially when it's hot outside. So I've basically just been going for a walk around the block. It's about 10 minutes. So if that's all I can handle right now, then that's all I can handle right now. He said that it might be different once I get my iron infusion, but for right now, not to push myself. And then my mind, I've been reading again, so I haven't really picked up anything specific. I've been reading like just I have a book that's like, it's called Chicken Soup for the Dog Owner. So I've been reading that right now, and just little passages in there, because they're only short stories. So I've been reading them, and I'll get back into the full reading of novels. I got all kinds of them out there to read. So, and just working on my mind in other ways by like doing things instead of being on my phone or watching TV, which I still do, but I've been like writing out things. Like I used to put my grocery list on my phone, now I've been writing it out. I know that's not like a big huge thing, but I'm getting back to basics basically, and I'm just trying to heal everything about myself and take steps in the better directions. So that's a little update on everything. I will keep you guys along with this journey. If you guys want to updates on everything, I'll definitely keep you guys updated on things. Maybe I'll take you along for my iron infusion. Who knows? I won't show like them putting the needles and stuff in my arms because nobody's going to want to see that. But maybe I'll get little clips over there. I don't know. Once September comes back, I'm going to try to get back into my schedule of Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But for right now, I'm just, you know, keeping laid back and enjoying my summer and just trying to take care of myself. Mike's doing fantastic, just so you guys all know, if anybody's wondering about him. He's doing great. There's no issues at all. His memory is bad. He asks me the same questions every day, but that's fine. I'm used to that. Other than that, there's no issues at all. So, anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys enjoyed this little update. I hope, you know, I know it's not my typical video, so if you didn't want to watch this, you could have skipped to the next video. But I hope you guys are all doing well. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Bye, everyone.